I believe there is no more powerful institution in the world today than the workplace. Unfortunately, for the majority of Americans, work is a burden. They are stressed over money, their job, and their health. Add to this fact, the U.S. labor force is grinding to a halt. And it's no surprise that leaders are stressed over how to meet the needs of both their people and their business. Is this true where you work? If so, I'd like to help. I'm Travis Dommert, talent executive at OneDigital. Over the last 25 years, I've helped organizations build award-winning cultures where people thrive. And I believe the workplace can evolve from being the source of our problems to the solution. In fact, there is no environment on earth better equipped to help people grow and thrive than at work, but only if we do it right. If we help people discover who they are and why they're here, if we provide the support and challenge necessary to achieve their potential, and if we provide people the opportunity to be part of something bigger than themselves. Everyone knows employee engagement is important, so I focus on things that people often don't realize. Like the fact that the best way to retain people is to forget about retaining them and focus on their growth. Like the fact that the way most teams train their people doesn't work. And like the fact that teaching and leadership is often misguided. The two skills that drive 80% of a leader's effectiveness are often ones they don't expect. Now, I began my career as an engineer and an entrepreneur, not an HR person. So don't be surprised if we talk more about data and science than compliance and benefits. For example, this was a McKinsey study that got my attention, and it begged the question, how much more productive are high performers than average performers? What do you think? 10%? Yeah, at least. 25, maybe 75's a lot, but 200%? Well, turns out McKinsey found it was 800%. How about this? If your folks are suffering from burnout, providing them with tools may not help. See, when somebody is burning out, it's not a function of their calendar or access to some training. It's in their brains. And when you start living with chronic stress, you quite literally cannot think your way out of it because you're no longer accessing the parts of your brain that you used to think. Here's one that we struggled with. We had a group of leaders who were really happy that people thought that they cared about them as people, but they were struggling with the fact that their people were stressed and felt stuck in their careers. What do? Well, you have to address the stress and being stuck in your careers because it's only a matter of time before they no longer feel you care about them because you're leaving them stressed and stuck. This was another insight. We were looking at data and finding our people thought we were great at change leadership and data leadership. They didn't think we were so good at leading ourselves. Well, that's a huge problem if we want them to be confident in how we're going to help them grow. Do your leaders think that they can do their best work all day long? Well, this study of judges showed that the odds of you getting parole has more to do with the time of day than the crime you committed. Do we honestly think we can manage our decisions better than judges? I have spent thousands of hours studying both individual and organizational achievement. Things like habits, things like culture. I've helped thought leaders like James Clear and Josh Bersin write articles on talent selection, talent management, human performance, leadership development. I speak on a regular basis, and anytime I can get in front of a room full of leaders, I'll take that opportunity. I love making the connection between people and performance. If there's ever a podcast out there and you need a guest, please reach out to me. Whatever it is, I want to get this word out. It's all about leadership, it's all about building culture, and it's about focusing on the growth and success of our people. Through this work, I've come to some rather simple and profound conclusions. First of all, every CEO I have ever met wants to grow their organization. Every person I have ever met wants to be successful. And when organizations focus on the achievement of their people, both the organization and the people grow. I've also learned that the most powerful data doesn't come from research study, it is in the room. So anytime we get together, we're going to be asking, how do people feel? What do they need? What are they working on? When we see how they respond, it gives us ideas of what we need to do. Leaders, if we're going to win the war for talent, we have got to have a plan. You have got to combine clarity, strategy, and solid people practices, but most of all, your people need the trust and safety of knowing that you want more for them than from them. If I can help your leaders and inform your plan, I hope you'll call on me.